Do you want to have your mind blown? Dun dun dun. Ta-da! Look at that. The Alhambra Palace, well, the complex.
Anyone going next?
And the city. It's a bit hazy.
Watching her stuff. Penguin watching her stuff. I'm penguining them.
Good morning, everyone. The day has come. I am just beside the walls of Alhambra, walking down to one of the entrances, and I am just really happy and excited. I've been dreaming about this ever since I was a teenager. At that time I never imagined I'm gonna get to see it. So yeah, I'm just very happy. Look what I spotted. A tiny pomegranate tree full of fruit. Oh, the air is nice and fresh, the freshest in all of my time in Spain for the last week, and it feels nice. Did have to wear a cardigan, which is new because in Malaga and the whole province of Malaga, wherever I've been, all you needed is a t-shirt or a dress and that's it. Now from the outside it doesn't look like very spectacular other than its size, but that's the whole point, because when you do in, then you will have your mind blown. A little water fountain in memory of someone. A lot of lovely green, and there's gonna be a lot of green in Generalife, the other side that belongs to the Alhambra. I am planning to spend the whole day here, so I will be filming a lot, which means that I will likely break up the video into several parts, so you can take a break and then come and see the next part. Another little water feature. And water, it is one of the main elements of the whole Alhambra. Okay, this is one of the entrances. It's called Puerta de la Justicia, the Gate of Justice. And I have decided to start the wandering through here because this is the closest to the edge of the Alhambra. And I want to go through it systematically. So on the very left of it would be what they call the oldest part of the complex, which served as a fortress, and then so forth. So let's go in. It's quite complicated. You need your passport, your ticket, your whole shebang, but anyway, it's all worth it and I can't wait to see it. Okay, before we go in, beautiful oleander bush. Let's have a look at this gate. Besides being massive, I can see a hand of Fatima there, if I'm correct, and then a statue of Mary and Jesus. As you probably know, it was all built by the Moors during the time of the Arab conquest of Andalusia. So everything in it except the palace of Carlos V has been built by them, and it will be I'm just finding so many nooks and crannies and little openings everywhere. Okay, let's go in. Beautiful. Okay, I don't know where they're gonna look for the ticket, probably after I cross through this hall. It's like I need at least 20 pairs of eyes to be able to look everywhere I want at the same time. Okay. I expected to have the ticket check here. Obviously not. It must be somewhere else. Now let's have a look. Oopsie, excuse my fingers. I had to also ping because it's gonna be uneven terrain with pavement of stones. People are taking photos, so until then I'm just having a look at how the wall was built. There's so many different segments of it. Obviously, some of the bits have been rebuilt over time. Okay, that's how the ground is. Okay, this looks like a new RB, and that's where probably there's facilities and restaurants or cafes or whatever. I can't believe she's wearing heels.
Hey.
Probably just came for posing. Okay, what I'm thinking is that it's free entry here, so you can see the view over the city. Yep, people are allowed to come up here, and then I can see the guards and the checking station. Can we see both of you? So that part is what it's called, the Alcazaba. But before I go in, let's have a look at this. Oh. Yesterday evening I went up to the Mirador de San Nicolas, and from the on to here, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'll include that in the video. And I'm in. We got scanned and all. So, I'm repeating. Now we are in the part called the Alcazaba. This was the one that was built first. I don't remember the exact dates, but I know that the first construction work began in the mid-1200s. Let's climb up some way. Ta-da-da-da-dum. Wow. Just wow. Look at that. And the old part of Granada on this side. You can see, look, some of the houses, they are probably not as old as this, but they have been around for a long time. Many of them are constructed in the traditional Arabic style, like riads in Morocco, with an inner courtyard, water features inside, and so forth. The lodging where I am, it's exactly the same. I did not expect it to be, and I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, so what I showed you, that was to my left, and now this is to the right. And then in the middle is Los Palacios Nazarines, the palaces of the emirs, different ones. Now you had to book separately there for a time slot, and I have about an hour before I need to be there. Okay, I came down from there. That was called Torre del Cobo. Let's continue. Oh. You'll probably hear me say wow many times today. And I hope you'll feel the same when you watch it and desire to come and see it with your own eyes. Lots of little passageways. Oopsie, sorry. The light is not the best. Now, when they first built this, then it served as the residence of the leader at the time, but it slowly evolved into military barracks, because one of the most important things they needed here was to defend the area. Some sneaky little passageway that way. It's closed for us. Now what you can see here, all these are kind of like, imagine them like the walls of smaller houses for the soldiers and folk that needed to do chores and stuff. They're all around. So I'm letting my imagination go wild. Now I'm gonna go and climb up there. That's the Torre de las Armas, or the Tower of Artillery. And that's the gate. I can see some massive cracks on that building. Okay, so I was there and now I'm here. Beautiful it is. Okay, from this side again, overlooking the city, the Cathedral of Granada is just there, the one that has a side covered because they are doing some construction work. That's there, it's there. But let's climb up there and see the world from the highest point. Okay, this tall one is called Torre de la Vela. If I remember correctly, vela is candle, so there's no inscriptions in English. Okay, we came from there. Oh dear, somebody's not happy. And I'm up. It was quite a steep walk. Steps are large, especially for short people. Wow. From here I can see all the places I walked through already. It's a hazy day today, which in a way is great, because strong sunshine it would be a nightmare, but at the same time, because of the haziness, the light is funny. Okay. There we have the bell tower and the flags. of Spain, European Union, Andalusia, and Granada. And the highest view above the city. As always, when I'm visiting historical places, I wish I could just hop back through the centuries, stop in different time frames and see what was happening for real. Lots of things are well documented and many things are speculation, so yeah. I would like to see the reality of it all. Going back down. Let's have a quick peek. Just a quick, because I'm looking at people coming and going. I made sure there's no one. Wow. And another one. And that's an area that's closed. You're not allowed to go in. But you're allowed to peek. Well, that was cool. I love seeing things from high up. I've said that in other videos where I'm climbing towers. So now we are practically on the fortress wall, and that leads towards a little garden. And this is the very first water feature that is functioning. And we are going through Jardín de los Adarves. I don't know what Adarves means. I don't know if it's a word or a name. It's just a small, pretty garden with amazing views, of course. There's a couple of roses. I need to make my way towards the palaces because my time slot is coming up. Okay, let's have a look at you. Water just gently bubbling away. I can hear a happy bird. After I get to see the palaces, I might come back. So I will not be in a rush. But there's a lot to see, so I don't like galloping through things. Oh, this is a cool one. I can see figures of little boys fighting ugly looking fish. Now, one thing to notice is that wherever there's water, there's going to be also these little water pathways around them, because even 700 years ago they were clever enough to build these water features in a way that they can recycle water, because obviously water is very precious here in Andalusia, as is everywhere, but they had to look after it even more so. A section of little purple flowers. A different one. And a different one. And some more. And another beautiful view. And there's a few large tall trees. And then you have vines going over metal constructions to keep the shade. And I am exiting the Alcazaba section. That's where we got in, that's where the canal things happen. Okay, that's where we came from. Just looks beautiful. Of course, there will be a souvenir shop. They also sell drinks and other bits one might desire. Okay, we are gonna go through this gate that leads to the palaces. Wow.
A ver, podían haber cerrado a la segunda y a la tercera. En un palacio.
It's getting crowded. I need to figure out which way. Oh, there's so many people. Hello, kitty. Lost. This pretty gate we just came through, it's called Puerta del Vino, or the wine gate. And look at the decorations on it. And we are going this way. And looking back onto the Alcazaba once again. For no other reason that I can't help myself, and this is a once in a lifetime thing. And I want to imprint it in my memory forever. Now this large one, just beyond the trees, that's the palace of Carlos V. That's a different one. It does not belong to the Nazarene palaces. We will visit that third. There's still some pretty roses in bloom. Just for context, I'm filming at the end of September, but the video will be shared later, maybe in a couple of months' time, after I had time to look through it and sort it out. Plus I have lots of other beautiful and interesting things for you to see on my channel. Also, on Tuesday to come and visit here, hoping that it's not going to be that crowded. Now, in my opinion, there's a lot of people, but I suspect that it can be even more crowded on different days. Now, I'm going to try and make my way through the second check. Alright, I am in now to what is officially the Nazarene palaces. Again, here there will be different palaces constructed time frames by different emirs. And I hope there will be a little bit more helpful bits to look up as we go along. Cross the back check as well. And here we go. Detailed arabesque decoration. And the door full of beautiful metal seashells. And the first palace. Okay, wrap my brains around where is the best spot to stand to actually see. Okay, we have wooden decorated ceilings. And the tiles in the typical colors. Now, Muslim decorations usually consist of floral decorations and geometrical ones and calligraphy. There's usually no human forms or anything like it, though I have seen little cheating bits here and there during my travels. These are probably verses from the Quran. And the capitals are really beautifully done. And this is just the beginning. As we progress, it's gonna just get more and more elaborate and delicate. Look, it's already just the workmanship of it all is mind-blowing. There's an upper level where I'm thinking that the women might have been sitting, but that's just a guess. My problem is that there is audio guide that you can listen through your phone, and unfortunately, because I am using my phone to film, I cannot do that, so I will not have a lot of details for you. These are the typical colors they like to use. I have seen similar ones in other places, including the Taj Mahal. And of course, they did not forget about the floor either. Just look, in between the tile or the main bricks, lots and lots of little ones. That one is more faded, still very beautiful. Wow, look at that. They're allowed into that room because there's a court put up right where I'm standing. Okay, and we are coming out to the first little courtyard. Okay, the light is funny, unfortunately, but I'll get closer to those. And then we end up at the ceiling, which is amazing. And there's a window where you can have a view over the city. Let's look at these tiny ones up close. For this again, it would be great if I would have wings and I could fly up and see them up close. As always and everywhere, there will be lots of little hidden passages we are all not allowed to go in, which of course make me even more curious. Beautiful.
Okay, let's go down to see the office.
Okay, that's where we were. It's really hard to film because everybody wants to take photos and they're posing and all.
Şey maç cephesi.
Getting into the next chamber. Wow. Once again, the decoration of the ceiling is spectacular. I need to watch my steps as well because there are steps everywhere. And as I'm staring up, I never look where I'm going. And out into another little courtyard. Well, not a little one, this is a much, much larger one. But we need to go round. That's the way it has been set up. The tiny water canals go around, irrigating all the vegetation that has been planted. And look where this one leads. I'll show you in a sec when I can get there. So it comes from this keyhole looking fountain and it goes into a larger pond which reflects the building. This is one of the iconic views inside the Nasrid palaces. How beautiful is that? Why do you... And guess what? I have just another kitty cat that looks like it's hunting. I assume there's little fish inside. Oopsie. What you doing, little cheeky? Yeah, it's definitely in hunting mode. Oh, you're beautiful.
They never fish anything. They try, but they never fish anything.
A gentle little walk. Okay, and back to this view. Again, I want to imprint it into my memory. And there, with its reflection. The whole idea of building the Alhambra was to bring paradise down to earth, so to say. It is all inspired from the paradise described in the Quran. I don't know if you have seen depictions of it, but there's always gardens with water features. There's a system to it of 4 parts and so forth, and it is exactly the same in the Alhambra. If you would have an aerial view, then you could see it. There's some really good videos on YouTube I have watched before I made it here. Look them up if you will. Now, another beautifully decorated door, and there is a beautiful thing just next to it I want to show you, but there's others. It's this. Look at this beauty. I'll go closer in a sec. Just want to show it in all its entirety. Now there's different colors used here. You can see more blue. And the decorations are more pooled, more stalagmite style. It's gonna go even more so in other parts. Oh, sorry, I don't even know which way to turn. And there we have the main building. Now there's a very large door here. You can see the 2 wooden panels. And within those, there's a smaller one. You can see that the piece is missing here because you can actually find it on the other end. Here. So they didn't need to open it all. They could just open a part. But let's go in and see what's in there. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm trying to keep some sort of structure, but it's hard navigating between people and the massivity of it all. Again, amazing ceiling decorations. This is a very large room. at that. Come on, Lai, don't play with me. This part is called Casa de la Barca, or the boathouse. I assume it's because of its shape. And it's very crowded in here, as I'm sure you can hear the many voices. I want to time travel. Wow. Salón de Comares. So far, this is the tallest one and largest one of all the indoor bits I've seen. Wow. And look at the work, the lattice work on the windows. This is again typically Islamic. You could see out if you are behind it, but people could not see in. Most of it was done, of course, to shield the women. And of course they were good for spying as well. Sorry if it's all over the place, but I just I can't figure out exactly what to focus on. Light. These be good. Okay, there we go. Another one. And the third one. And there's a mosaic in the middle of the room. Okay, this one is illuminated. Let's zoom on. Look at that. Okay, I will be going out from here. Let's see the other side. Back here, the view of views. And one more time, I'm crouching. I want to capture this. On this side we have a very similar one. Probably not just similar, but identical, because they were much into symmetry. Something that appeals to me as well. And of course you have the marble floors. I still can't believe I'm here. Oh, okay, let's look back on you. Another doorway. I need to go left because that's the route to go around this. So let's go in. Okay. I'm seeing of the Catholic kings Ferdinand and Isabella. Of course, after the Reconquista, they have taken everything back and got the Arabs to leave. Okay, this is the very courtyard with the many thin colonnades, and then in the middle there's a fountain that's supported by lions. We'll see it closer in a minute. Look at that. Wow. Come on, light. There we go. I'm speechless. Just waiting. Oh, the light is really, really annoying me. Let's just have a look at the woodwork on this door. Can you see how they are intertwining the tiny little panels? I'm sure it took a long time to make it. Now there is still conservation work going on here at the Lion Fountain, and I can see some people working on it. There's 8. No, more lions. Let's see. I think there might be 12. Whatever. They're supporting, well, they pretend to support the fountain. Okay, let's look back to where we came from. Getting into another room. And it's really... Wow. Look at that scene. Got to a part that is a bit too crowded now. are absolutely beautiful. Just look at her little windows. Perfect symmetry. My arms are aching because I'm holding my mini tripod up. So I try to avoid the heads of people passing by. This room has a little water fountain as well, which is now not working, but it has that feature. And that would have the water run down this way into this main one with the lions. Okay, on the side. Okay. Oh no. So I was thinking there's a double and then there's one, and there's a double and there's one, but no. They swap the colonnades in a different pattern than I thought. As you can see, it's the place where everybody's taking pictures, and I completely understand it. At the same time, it makes my life really difficult. Okay, let's see the lions more up close. And all of this now. I must say that they are not the most successful looking lions in my opinion. Nonetheless, they're beautiful. If only I could make the people vanish. I'm being selfish, huh? Well, I'm glad to have the opportunity to be here, as sure as the other ones do too. It's just not easy. There's more restoration work going on. That should be connected to the main fountain as well. I just spotted something. I'll show you in a sec. Here. Okay. That's a court scene. Most definitely not Arabic. Look at that. There are sneaky little steps, and I almost fell over because I didn't notice one. Oh goodness, I hurt my ankle. Another chamber. Oops. Okay, remember there's a step. Remember there's a step. Oh. Oh. And this one has a view. I just need to wait for my turn. There we go. And look onto the side of the mountain and the part of our town. And I will need to exit this part. Okay, one final look. Oh my goodness, again. Thank God they're not too big, so I didn't fall, but oh. Goodbye, lions. Another little hidden passage and door. Okay, this one is called La Sala de las Hermanas, the sisters' room. Wow. What a beauty. I can't stop staring at this amazing ceiling. Wow. I would be curious to know how long exactly would something like this take to be made. I know that they've kept adding things to it over time, but I'm sure that one room was done within a given time frame. And behind it another room, and this one has a view onto one of the gardens. We'll see it in a minute, but again there's conservation work going on the other side. I'm just waiting for my turn. Okay, there we go. This is Sala de los Ajimeces. Again, I'm not quite sure what that word means. The decorations are like some honeycomb stalagmite mixture. Oh, there's a beautiful color on there, but you're not allowed in. What beauty. Okay. And I think, let's see, but this doesn't look in the same style anymore. And we can see onto the garden. Okay, light, please collaborate. Okay, we can see some of the ceilings from here. Not ceilings, well, ceiling from the inside, roof from the outside. More chambers. A lot of things are cordoned off. Look, so you can't go in. Let's have another peek at the garden. Now the way it was to have harmony and all that. And imagine if there is not so many people chattering about, then you just come out in the garden, listen to the water fountains, the birds, and have absolute serenity, which is not the case now. Okay, we have a large fireplace and the way this is decorated, I believe this is after the takeover, because I can see Latin writing. I just found an interesting inscription saying that Washington wrote his Tales of Alhambra in these rooms in 1829. Huh. Okay, obviously we are in a newer part of it. Another little garden. And on this side, ta-da! We are back to the view over the old quarter. Okay, let me see if I can zoom in, because I just spotted Nicholas Church and the viewpoint where I was last night. There we go. That's it. That's the church. And then you can see on the wall there's still people sitting there, but it's much more alive in the evening. There's singers and all sorts happening. Beautiful. I've been staring at things from here. I just love to have a beautiful view, and obviously being high up helps. I can see a school and children playing sports. Well, two of them, huh? And then we have all the dwelling houses with washing that's drying and life that's going on. Okay, let's continue. But before I get into the next building, let's just have a look at these windows quickly. And also I can see like a spout for the rainwater to go down. And one more look that way, because I want to show you something else. I just spotted another beautiful building there, high up. I don't know what that one is. It looks like some sort of castle as well. See? It's amazing how people like to build up. Note these little windows. Oh, we are going down now. Okay. Again, even on the steps, they did not forget the details. Just make sure everything looks pretty. One thing is hard for me to understand, that why did they make the wide or tall, or however you say it? Because many years ago people were shorter, and I find them hard to climb. And then look at the detail on the floor. And the little water fountain. I love the sound of water. And this is the first spot where there's not a million tourists at the same time. There's a few trees and some vines around. Okay, we are getting down to the garden we saw from above. Patio dell'Indaraja. Oh, these red flowers are beautiful. Little colonnades. I'm glad there's not so many people here. It's like my brain needs a break. There we go. Yet again, many tiles between the bricks on the floor. Some fresh grain. And a large window with a view. No, I can't go further, so I can't film through the grates. But yeah. I think there's a monastery there, that white building. And I can smell food. Something that has onions, peppers and meat in it for sure. And garlic and some other things. I have decided to end part 1 of the video here because I have no idea how much footage I have, but I'm pretty sure it's nearing to an hour, so I don't want to stretch it any longer. So make sure you look out for part 2 and possibly part 3. Ahoy!